Now it's the right time. Yesterday it wasn't.
As it
Something
gets.
got fixed. Oh, yes, I was going to say. Good afternoon. It's 4:30 PM on Tuesday, April 18th, 2023. We will call the City Council meeting of the City of New Ulm to order. Item number 1, consent agenda. Councilors, what are your wishes?
I'll offer a motion to approve those.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 2.1, a public hearing on the final plat of Oak Bluffs 10th edition. Mr. Schnobrick.
Yes, Madam President, members of the City Council, the applicant in this case is M&D Properties LLC. The current legal description of the property is Lot 5, Block 1, Oak Bluffs 9th edition. Street address is 1406 to 1446 6 North Street. The property location is east of North Highland Avenue and north of 6 North Street. And I'll refer to the plat here. Highland, 6 North Street. The preliminary plat was approved with conditions by the City Council at their March 7th, 2023 meeting. The plat area has a total of 3.77 acres. And so this is the area that is being platted. The area to be platted would convert one lot into 5 lots, and you can see the 5 lots proceeding from North Highland Avenue and to the east along 6 North Street. Single-family dwellings are permitted use in the existing zoning district, which is R3. All 5 lots comply with the R3 zoning requirements and by significant amounts. The Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval of the plat at their March 30th meeting, and that was with conditions. At the present time, there are 2 outstanding conditions that need to be completed. One is to revise the development agreement for the property. There is a current development agreement in place dated January 20th, 2021. And we have received a draft agreement from the city attorney's office, and we're in the process of reviewing that. And so we hope to have that completed in the near future. And then the property owner applicant will need to provide stormwater treatment facilities for the lots that have been identified in this plat, as well as 4 adjoining lots that were part of Oak Bluffs 9th edition. That would conclude the staff report.
Mr. Schnobrick. At this time, we'll open the public hearing. If you care to be heard, please come up to the microphone, state your name for the record.
Being nobody wants to speak, I'll close the public hearing and offer a resolution approving with conditions the final plat of Oak Bluffs 10th edition, generally located at 1406 through 1446 6 North Street.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
And President Becker?
Yes, that motion does carry. Item number 3.1, Black Frost Distilling LLC liquor license extension.
I'll offer the resolution authorizing the request to extend Black Frost Distilling LLC's liquor license to the adjacent parking lot at 201 First North Street for events being held on Saturday, May 6, 2023, and Saturday, August 26, 2023, from 2 p.m. until 10 p.m.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion does carry. Item number 4.1, summary of business conducted during board and commission meetings.
I can start. We have this week, we have our new CAT meeting. We haven't met now for quite a while, so Be good to get that rolling again. End of March, I attended the National League of Cities Conference and was very impressed. They just do such a nice job in either focusing in on small cities or large cities. So you really look at your agenda and you can just kind of follow along with some of the, and they, by small cities, they mean 50,000 or smaller. Which is a lot of us, of course, across the country. Probably the very first session was the most important one that I saw and learned information about different grants that are available for small cities. And they really promoted us to get out there and apply. And there were so many of them that were, some were specific to law enforcement, some to the fire department, some to mental health. There were some that potentially could apply to our daycare facility. And there were some for specific to housing. So I did collect those and got those out to the different department heads. They talked quite a bit at one of the workshops about fentanyl, and I know we hear about a lot here that is just, we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg, they're claiming, that it is just going to be something else in the next 3 to 4 to 5 years. And because it's so small and you can produce it so quickly, versus marijuana and meth, and that's so much, where a handful of fentanyl can kill thousands of people. It's just crazy, and so they were talking about everybody being up to speed and keeping an eye on this and looking at grants to help with that. The new theme is Great Jobs, Great Cities, and we'll be hearing a lot more about that through our Minnesota League. And there's a bunch of federal money coming for trees in the next 2 years. So expect to hear more about that as well. And we're encouraging rooftop gardens, both at the city levels and promoting it in our communities. So, but anyway, I got a lot of good handouts and got those passed out to staff. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Heritage Preservation Commission met last night. We approved one signage request for a new small retail shop right next to Lakes on First here on First North. The Park and Rec Commission did meet. One item that Director Schmitz tried, and I really enjoyed it, he had a staff member, their program coordinator, come to the Park and Rec Department and actually explain all the different events that are going on. I myself, as a counselor, didn't realize the park offers that many programs which are going on. That was good. We accepted donations. I do want to mention that I'm going to do something out of the ordinary this time, Tom. The donations, I'm going to make the motion, and you could come up for your final, and read them into the minutes. And tomorrow I'll be attending the Youth Network New Ulm at the Country Club, their work session. That's it.
All right, thank you. Les, you did the NLC, so I'll do the EDA updates. We did make some progress and come up with a name for the building that we have for the child care facility. It's going to be Westridge Place. We were trying to, had a lot of great discussion, took in a lot of citizen feedback, and actually the idea came from a conversation that Les had with somebody that had that idea, and we kind of mulled it over, and so Westridge Place, and then the daycare facilities that will be operating in there will have the opportunity to come up with their own signage and things like that. So that was a positive. And then I'll also be attending the Network New Ulm Youth Luncheon tomorrow.
Part of that name came with the mayor's as well, half the name, right? The place?
Oh, yes, the place, yes.
Yes, it was a joint effort from
It's a joint
EDA.
effort.
I'm just going to add that we had the comp plan meeting and we worked on land use for 2 hours last Wednesday at the PUC conference room for the zoning.
And Transportation Advisory meets tomorrow, and Brown County Solid Waste has not had a meeting for a couple months, so.
All right.
Yep.
Sounds great. Any additional updates? Okay, thank you. New business, item number 5.1, 2024 budget calendar and schedule budget work session.
Counselors, this is just setting the schedule for the upcoming budget season. There are a few things added to that process for the budget request process that we'll discuss at the work session. So there may be an extra work session added in there for that and some other deadlines for those.
Thank you.
Well, I'll offer a motion to approve the 2024 budget calendar and set the date for the budget work sessions on July 18th, 2023, and August 15th, 2023, following the regular city council meeting in the City Hall Council Chambers.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? That motion does carry. Item number 5.2, Fire Department donations.
I'll offer a resolution to accept the following donations to the New Ulm Fire Department. Should I read them in? The minutes? Okay, yep. $30 cash from Anonymous, $20 from Sharon Zins, $25 from Sherry Davis, $75 from Reinertz Incorporated, $100 from, well, myself and Sarah Warmka, $100 from Denny Warda, $100 from Bruce and Joanne Taylor, $100 from Robert and Mary Ellen Domeyer, $100 from New Ulm Real Estate, $150 from United Prairie Bank, $250 from Record Insurance Agency, $250 from Minnesota Valley Funeral Homes, $250 from Broadway Body Shop of New Ulm, $250 from Christensen Farms, $250 from the New Ulm Chamber of Commerce Foundation through Citizens Bank, and $100 from Anytime Fitness. And what this was from the Business of the Year banquet. They hosted, actually used the money to go to good things. So a lot of these people that came to the Business of the Year banquet from Christensen Farms, a lot of these donations were from that itself. So very, very unique idea of way to raise money for nonprofits in the community.
Second.
Excellent. Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz? Yes. Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
And President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item number 5.3, Park and Recreation donations.
Are you sure you don't want to do this, Director Schmitz? I'll offer the resolution to accept donations offered to the city of Ulm through the Park and Recreation Department as outlined. $228.71 for the German Park, Doyle Miller. Herman Heights Park Grill, $1,500, John H. Hyman and Lori Walzer in honor of John P. Hyman. Puppet Wagon, $1,500, Healthy Communities and Healthy Youth. Park Programs, $1,000 from the Optimist Club. Pollinator Park, $1,000 from the Isaac Walton Chapter. Johnson Park Furniture, $2,876.40 from the New Ulm Baseball Association. Riverside Park Environmental Learning Center, $5,000 cash from the Isaac Walton League. And the Trap Skeet Range Building Replacement, $5,000 from the Isaac Walton.
Second.
Total cash, $18,105.11.
Still second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Schultz?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
And President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Item number 5.4, Task Order 2020-03 for Airport Engineering Services.
Madam President, City Councilors, the task order before you tonight is for the replacement of the existing automated weather observation system, or the AWOS system, at the New Ulm Municipal Airport. The existing AWOS system has reached the end of its useful life and does not meet the current sitting criteria as established by MnDOT. The state has also notified us that the existing system is just really getting to the point where it's almost non-functional, so we need to begin to work to site the new facility and then start with the civil site work to make the site ready for the facility. We would participate in doing the civil work, and then the state would supply the equipment that would be installed. So this is the first step in the process to do the design and developments, and then continuing to move the project forward. So there'll be additional task orders as this project moves forward. So we are asking for your approval today to continue progress on this project.
Thank you, Mr. Stadheim.
The cost right now is $25,960 for us. Is there future costs coming too? for this project?
There'll be some future costs for construction, but the vast majority of this is going to be reimbursed through state and federal grants.
So this is the big chunk that we need to take care of right now.
Yeah. Right, but again, a portion, I would say the vast majority of that is going to be reimbursed through the state grant process. So.
All right. I'll offer a motion then to approve the task order number 2020-03 for airport engineering services to the Mead and Hunt Professional Services Contract in the amount of $25,960 and authorize city manager to execute the agreement.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any additional discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion carries. And before we adjourn, would just like to thank Tom Schmitz for his many years of Park and Rec service and being a director here, and we wish him well on his retirement. Do you have anything you would like to say?
Yes, come on up, Tom.
I mean, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm going to put you on the spot.
Thank you very much, Tom Schmitz, Park and Recreation Director. Just want to say that I'm extremely thankful and grateful to have been part of the wonderful City of New Ulm staff team for nearly 18 years. Many thank yous go to the present and past Park and Recreation Commissioners, City Councilors, Mayors, volunteers, and donors. Also to all my City of New Ulm coworkers, especially the Park and Recreation Department staff and NewCat. Also, I'd like to thank the media, especially the New Ulm Journal, Clay Schultz reporter, and KNUJ Radio. So once again, I'm very grateful and thankful to have been a part of the team. And we're going to be sticking around town, Kim and I, and we're looking forward to many great things coming in the future for our grand community. Thank you.
What's one of your favorite memories?
Only
Actually, that's probably easy. It certainly has to be Renew, to have been a part of this massive reinvestment process and projects of our local sales tax and having that 70% of voter approval support. And I think just 10 years from now, the city needs to start planning for Renew 3 because 15 years from now, we probably need to enact it. So lots of great stuff in the past and lots of great things coming in the future for our wonderful community.
Thank you so much for leading our city for these 18 years. New Ulm is definitely better off because you were in that position, so thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again,
Agree.
Tom.
Thank you, Tom. Thanks. And with no additional business, this meeting is adjourned. We will move into a work session shortly.